Hi, my name is Sydney, and today I'll be talking about what we learned in Chapter 4, or Unit 3 of my History of Psychology course, specifically about the birth of scientific psychology, originated by Wilhelm Wundt. He was scientific psychology's founder. He was from the experimental psychology hub of the 19th century, which was Germany. Universities in Germany had developed a philosophy of education called Wissenschaft, which was the encouragement of taking a scientific approach to studying things in nature and people, etc. Wundt was interested initially in psychophysics, and according to our textbook, that is the study of the relationship between perception of a stimulus event and the physical dimensions of the stimulus being perceived. He wrote 2 books on sensory perception, initializing his belief that psychology could be a science. He wrote many books and numerous pages on psychology during his lifetime in an effort to establish that aspects of psychology could be tested in an empirical, scientific way. After reading Chapter 4 of this week's reading, I was left with a few questions about Wundt, so I looked up a video about him on YouTube called The History of Psychology in Less Than 5 Minutes, from Wundt to Today, with the specific point being about Wundt. The video quotes Wundt as describing psychology as the science of immediate experience, which would make sense since he was interested in psychophysics and sensory perceptions. And then he also focused quite a bit on introspection and having somebody test a stimulus and then recording how they felt, or recording what it felt like, or minutes later describing the sensation, learning to look within and kind of describe a stimulus. The video also quotes that Wundt trained his students to be self-observers or to have introspection. Thus, structuralism, the approach of structuralism, was born, which highlighted more on introspection. Much like our textbook, the video points out the flaws in Wundt's early scientific exploration of introspection, meaning there was flaws in memory, there was flaws in, it couldn't be tested nearly as accurately as other things, but it started the conversation about psychology being testable, scientifically, empirically. But like the text, the video highlights on not viewing Wundt's history from a presentist point of view. Wundt made great contributions to the field of psychology during his time, and the video quotes, Wundt's research inspired the birth of a new discipline, which, if viewed from the perspective of others during Wundt's time period, would have been groundbreaking. So we have to look at it from the perspective of the people during his time versus a presentist point of view and the flaws in his early contributions. Anyway, that sums up Chapter 4 about Wilhelm Wundt. Thanks.